Moments. Moments of hard work, dedication, challenges, and triumphs. From Myron Construction, the past 100 years were built by the steady hands of tradespeople who laid a strong foundation, and continues to thrive because of our passionate team members. As we close this significant chapter of our history, our sights are set on what we will accomplish together in the years to come, because together we'll continue building excellence.
When you bank with us, you get convenience that goes wherever you go. Open a new qualifying checking account and get a $200 bonus while you relax at home. Your son needs money away at college? Grab your phone and send it while you're on your way to get coffee. Your utility bill is due while you're traveling? Use Bill Pay and take care of it from the hotel, at home or at work, on the beach or in the park. Convenience and cash. Why not start today?
East Wisconsin Savings Bank.
A world of opportunities closer to home. The University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. With over 250 majors, minors, and emphases, no matter what you plan to do or be, we can help you get there. On campus or online, UW-Oshkosh.
Welcome back to the pregame show, getting set for Oshkosh West and Manitowoc this evening. The early game, a doubleheader here at JJ Keller Field. Coach Harkoff with Oshkosh West joining us. Coach, that was a really nice kept secret. We had you week one. You wouldn't tell us pregame. The wing tee offense, how did you come about it this offseason?
I mean, cat's out of the bag, like you said, but we looked at our personnel. We got some good backs, as you guys saw. Our line's pretty young, too, a bunch of juniors, so we knew it fits our personnel well. Let's line up, and 4 yards in a cloud of dust, our MO right now.
You got a good mix of backs, like you mentioned. Speed on the outside with Josiah, the big guy with Roman up the middle. He had a nice week last week.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good dynamic package there. We even got a couple other guys we'll be sprinkling in as we go here to keep those guys fresh. So, again, it's good running back by committee once we get that going. So, fits us pretty well. Defensively, what are you feeding Max before games? Because is it Stickum? What does he have on his head? He's got 4 picks here, 2 games into the season. And for a guy who hasn't played the past 2 years, he's showing up. Big thing is he's preparing. Coaches, we're getting him ready for the games, and he's following the scheme, and he's putting himself in spots to make big plays. Last week you guys got on the board early. Tough sledding then, therefore, after. Take us through last week's loss a little bit. It was a dogfight. We came out. We had a pretty good game plan in hand. After we watched film after it, a few things we didn't execute on up front, and even our backs missed a few holes. But we knew that's going to be tough sledding in that game. It was going to be a tight one. We were in a position in the fourth quarter there to drive down and win that thing, but sometimes things don't play out in your favor, and we're hoping we win a few more here and we get a rematch with them week 7. So at this point, you could probably throw anything at you guys and be ready for it. Obviously, an early kickoff tonight. Hey, it doesn't matter. You're playing football, right? Right. Early matinee. Let's get it done. Then we can eat dinner afterwards or something. So kids are ready. They're excited. Sometimes these are a little better. We're used to these. So we'll see. Hopefully bring some good energy and get after a W tonight. Manitowoc tonight. What have the Ships, what have you seen from them on tape? Team in 2 different games right now. They played Fondy very tough to start out of the gate, and then Fondy, that's a well-oiled machine. Once they got rolling, they were rolling, and A West just seemed like Manitowoc didn't necessarily have an answer for them, so we're waiting to see what Manitowoc team we see here tonight, but I think we're prepared. Coach, excited to see this offense once again. Excited to see you here again this week. Go get him. We'll catch up down the line. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Head coach Dwayne Harkoff with Oshkosh West. More coming up on the pregame show here on a Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Communities mean everything to Fox. It's in our name. It means giving back and moving forward through life's changes. It means evolving to give you the best personalized financial services. Fox has been here since 1937. Times have changed, but our focus hasn't. It's about our members, today and always. Fox Communities Credit Union. Make life happen.
100 years in business, thousands of construction projects, countless memories, and priceless relationships for which we are eternally grateful. But we're just getting started. The team at Myron Construction thrives on bringing dreams to life, and we're looking forward to the next century of building excellence for our clients, partners, and the community. Because building excellence isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
When you bank with us, you get convenience that goes wherever you go. Open a new qualifying checking account and get a $200 bonus while you relax at home. Your son needs money away at college? Grab your phone and send it while you're on your way to get coffee. Your utility bill is due while you're traveling? Use Bill Pay and take care of it from the hotel, at home or at work, on the beach or in the park. Convenience and cash. Why not start today?
East Wisconsin Savings Bank.
Welcome back to the pregame show, getting set for Manitowoc and Oshkosh West on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream and visiting with head coach Greg Enns with Manitowoc. Coach, this year a little bit different, obviously an early start too. I figure like you could throw anything at you guys at this point, you'd be ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of as you go, you've got games that get canceled due to COVID. You've got, now you got kids back in the building, and we're running into the flu and colds, and, it's so different than any other normal football season where you kind of get your football season established and then you get school, and it's almost vice versa here.
You mentioned that establishment, year two here in Manitowoc, trying to get your fingers on the program. COVID, how frustrating has it been, but also maybe how rewarding has it been to maybe have a little extra time to team build with these guys?
Well, I think, those are the opportunities, but, what we've really talked about as a staff is, what's the end game? What are we trying to get to? Yeah, this isn't positive. It isn't any more positive for West than it is for us. But as long as we're keeping in mind what we want to get to, and if it's, how do we work a strength program and maybe make that more of the focus than it would be in a regular season? So does it tax us a little more physically or mentally? I'm sure it does. But the idea is we're trying to make sure that we're continually improving and building to where we want to see that program in 2022, 2023.
Tough way to start the season. Fond du Lac, one of the top teams in the state. You guys were right in there, toe-to-toe with them in the beginning, they were able to pull away late. What'd you learn from week 1 to week 2, here to week 3 with your squad so far?
Well, I think the first thing was, that like any type of kid, if you give them the opportunity to be successful, they're going to feel like they can compete with anybody. And I mean, we had an opportunity to get 14 all on Fond du Lac, and it didn't go our route. We went to week 2, maybe to some extent not anticipating what we were going to encounter, maybe overestimating. I don't want to say that per se, but just you can't judge your next opponent on Fond du Lac, and that seemed to be the case for us. And I think we didn't execute the way we would have wanted to, either defensively, offensively. We did some good things, had a couple key stops inside their 10-yard line, which we got the ball back, but we've had about 8 turnovers in the first 2 games, and our focus is really just about, what's the process, what do we got to worry about, and then the results will take care of themselves.
Oshkosh West tonight, what have you seen from the Wildcats on tape? I know they sprung a new offense out this year, so a little bit of a different look on that side of the ball. Yeah,
I like what they're doing with the wing T-like sets that they're using. They're being creative with that, a little more pistol-like action. It's got some nice little athletes that they can get to the perimeter on. I always think you run a good wing T program, you're going to cause problems for a defense because it's unusual nowadays. And then defensively, I'm really impressed with, I think it's number 52 linebacker, the kind of their strong Sam backer, really runs well, and I think they're 33 stack. That's what they want to be in as much as they can. They do a nice job with it defensively. Real nice punter on their special team side. Kicker puts ball nicely down the middle of the field, but yeah, they've got some talent there, that's for sure.
Coach, always gracious with your time. Thank you on short notice this week. Short time here with the early kickoff. Hey, it's spring, but this is football weather. This is what we're used to, huh?
Yeah, thanks, and thanks for doing the game for the kids as well.
You got it. Coach Enns with the Manitowoc Lincoln Ships. We'll have more of the pregame show coming up after this. And we welcome you into the broadcast booth as we are underway. Second down and about 5 for Manitowoc. BJ DeGroat, Zach Morris with you here tonight from JJ Keller Field inside Titan Stadium. Roulette under center, give up the middle. Prange has it for Manitowoc as the Ships here with the opening possession to start tonight. Early start tonight. Part of our doubleheader here in our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream. A little bit of rain pregame if you caught any of that. Oh, third and short here for the Ships. Opening possession. Prange up the middle. He's got room down the right sideline. This looks eerily similar to the start to the Fond du Lac game where he went for a long touchdown run on the second play from scrimmage. He's into Wildcat territory all the way down to the 25-yard line. Close to 40-yard gain on the play for Brett Prange, the junior. 11 carries, 48 yards in last week's loss to Appleton West. Got 128 yards coming into game number 3 this season. On 22 carries, also got that touchdown. He scored against Fond du Lac. Oh, early jump there by the offensive line for the Ships. And, well, we mentioned that offensive line. Let's take a look at the offensive starters for Manitowoc Lincoln. Roulette, Prange. Good mix of upperclassmen. A few sophomores, Schmitz is senior. Lindblom, along with Kroll, Griffin Jones across that offensive line. A little bit of everything here for Manitowoc offensively. Late motion. Give Prange up the middle. Inside the 30, so we'll pick up that penalty yardage and then some. In on the tackle for West. Zach Bancroft, the junior, leads this team in tackles coming in with 15. So 2nd and 10 from the 28. And the Ships will spread it out here. Erotic in the slot. Here's Roulette to throw. Looking in the direction of his slot man. He's got him out of bounds. It'll be short of the first down. That's Schmitz on the reception.
And a great play, just the fact that you do not want to be in a situation where you're trying to get all the yards in one down when you still have one more left.
Yeah, I mean, you start on first down with a penalty after the long run. So you're back behind the chains, usually a drive killer, Zach, but you've done good job here on the last 3 downs to get within. You make it 3rd and manageable instead of 3rd and long. That's what you want to do here to try to continue this drive if you're the Ships. Late motion out of the wing formation. Prange up the middle. He's going to be stopped short. Inside the 20, needed about the 18. So decision time here for Coach Enns and Manitowoc. Big thank you to Coach Enns for carving out some time. It's always a tight turnaround with school and an early kickoff, part of a doubleheader here tonight. So Coach Enns, very late. I felt the officials breathing over our backs. Jeff Totsky and crew. Jeff in the white hat tonight. Just waiting for Coach Enns to get done with our pregame interview, so we appreciate that. 4th down and short. Prange trying to pick it up, and he's met in the backfield. Oshkosh West is going to come away with a stop and a turnover on downs. Roman Martel out of that linebacker position
This 3-5-3 look for Oshkosh West, and it pays off. They get a stop on downs. Should be a good one tonight here, Zach, between the Wildcats and the Ships. Looking forward to it.
Two teams that love to run the ball and have power runners. You know, they stopped in those last two plays, but, man, he looked good on that first carry.
Yeah, we may break the 2-hour mark for game time tonight. I would imagine we're going to be darn close to it. That beats the marathon I had last Thursday up at Ashwaubenon for Ashwaubenon and Appleton North. I don't think the game got done until it was well past 10 o'clock. I think it was about 10:15 when that final clock hit 0. Here's a keeper off the right side, a little bit of room. Here comes David Cole. First down yardage across the 35. A lot of responsibility in this new look offense at the quarterback position. Not that that is any different than what the Wildcats ran prior to this with that spread. A lot on the quarterback regardless, but two drastically different styles, Zach.
And today it even amplifies more. You're going to be handing off the ball a lot, and it's a lot difficult to do that when you have rain mixed in. The ball's a little bit more wet than usual. A lot of responsibility for Cole.
So they'll break the wing. Cole keep it himself. Oh, nifty moves across the 40. Good job. Don't know if that was designed as a keep, but able to pick up positive yards. Brings up second at about 6. Ball at the 41 of the Wildcats. See, if you notice, too, on your camera, you're looking at this going, look like new unis. Yeah, indeed they are. Fresh new look for the Wildcats with that fresh new offense. Give up the middle. Will go Taylor. Taylor rough sledding last week. 11 carries, just 11 yards. Had a couple of receptions for 17 in that 19-7 loss on the road at De Pere.
Just a tough game, just the fact what he had against Appleton West the week prior.
I'll go with the T backfield. See if they motion out of it here. Wishbone look. Pitch. Taylor breaks the tackle, but swarmed under. Good pursuit. That's Christian Rocha Flores on the tackle, the junior for Manitowoc. Not surprised he got some good linebacker play for the Ships. Linebacker coach Scott Skornica returning home here to Titan Stadium. Went to college here at UW Oshkosh, played in the Stag Bowl for the Titans. Punt on the way from Stack, takes a Wildcat bounce and touched up by Martell just outside the 20. So both teams exchanging opening possessions, the feeling out process as we wind our way through the first quarter here on a Friday night in Northeast Wisconsin. Appreciate the eyes here this evening. Stick around, too. We've got a nightcap, Oshkosh North and Sheboygan South. The Spartans and the Red Wings hooking up. Fox Valley Classic Conference action in Group C and D here this evening. So the Ships on out for their second possession. There's Prange, the carry. He's met right away up the middle. Bear hug. Right into the arms. Big number 78, Parker Fontaine for Oshkosh West.
And the reason why that first run for Prange happened was they did a great job blocking him away from Prange, but now that he's more aware where Prange will be, he's not afraid to move a little bit further in that offensive line, doing a great job leading up to that turnover on downs by stopping Prange.
So they'll split Muradic onto the top of your screen. Prange gets the carry up the middle. Met late by Bancroft. Joey trusts in on the legs of Prange. And you're going to have to do that at 6'1", 210 pounds. He's put together quite well, is the junior.
Well, the first run, the big run he had, they were all arm tackles, and that's why he busted his way right down. It's been all different story now tackling Prange after that one carry.
3rd and 6 from the 25. Manitowoc in their own territory. Second possession in this one. 2 wide out look. Roulette rolling to his left. Setting, throwing to the sideline, and had a chance for Schmitz, but it's incomplete in front of that Manitowoc bench. And the punting unit on out for the Ships.
Threw in the double coverage, but did a great job because even with the 2 Wildcats out there, gave his receiver at least a slight possibility of coming up with that near the sideline.
He had time, too, and said it was a decent throw. Roulette takes the short snap, end over end. Taylor whiffs on the initial catch and able to cover it up. As Muradic almost had a chance at that one to scoop it up. Nearly a mistake early on by the Wildcats, but they will save the possession, flip the field a little bit here with that defensive 3 and out. So again, this feeling out process here early, Zach. Again, I figured we would see this throughout this conference season, and regardless of what group you slot into, A, B, C, or D, some uncommon opponents that you'll end up seeing, and some, traditional opponents as well from both the FRCC and the Valley Football Association.
Yeah, I mean, just matchups that you'd only see in the postseason in levels 2 and 3 sometimes. So you're getting, it's fun for the players. You're not playing your average opponents in this spring alternative season. So I mean, you can tell the players enjoy this. You're playing new players, new teams, and the alternative was nothing.
One heck of a tackle by Matt Masser. Oh, jump cut inside. Here's Roman Martel, the sophomore. First down yardage into Ships territory. Well, he's been impressive this year, 6'3", 221. We talked about Prange for Manitowoc being a load. Martel is all of that and then some.
Well, and it's also him being patient, too, right there. He just stopped and waited for the hole to develop and led it to a first down.
It's under 3 minutes here in the opening frame. Wildcats on the move. Inside, Martel, another hop up over the line. Falls forward to the 46. And this is where this wing T, you start hitting Martel up the middle. Taylor, too, operate in between the tackles. We've seen Riley Taylor week 1 against Appleton West able to open up some things on the outside as well. And then you just wait. You're just waiting to see when they get the ball in the hands of Josiah Williams.
Correct, because once you're used to these big backs, you got a quick one right after that.
Here's Taylor outside, and good job defensively. Stopped up by Miguel Reyes-Quintana, senior from his defensive end spot. 3-3-5 look, kind of a multi-front D for Manitowoc. Second year, head coach Greg Enns. 12 years at Little Chute, never had an opportunity to catch up with Coach Enns. He was there before I'm at here with Woodward Radio Group. Beautiful timing off the edge by Roulette on the blitz. He came up empty as the handoff came to Taylor up the middle, but timed that perfectly with the snap count. So you wonder here if West will vary that and maybe try to draw these guys off sides. 4th down. Wildcats keeping the offense on the field. Looking over to Coach Harkoff on the sideline. Taylor off the right side, first down yardage. Big 4th down conversion. Still on his feet. Inside the 30. A little misdirection. And Coach Harkoff and the Wildcats, an early roll of the dice.
You wonder if some of the coaching staff for the Wildcats noticed something on the field, because you looked at Cole, he looked back and changed the play. So something was spotted, and a great run for first down.
Coming up on a half-minute left here in this first quarter. Oshkosh West on the move. Martell off that right side behind Staub and Shettle. Fields, Balzar, and Wright round out that offensive line for the Wildcats. Wing to the left. Here's Taylor trying to get the corner. He's got it. To the 5, and no, stepped out of bounds. Was waiting to see that near side official who was right on it, and had him stepping out at the 4-yard line. And that will be the end of the first quarter. First 12 minutes in the books, a quick 12. No score, we head to the second. Stick around here on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
When you bank with us, you get convenience that goes wherever you go. Open a new qualifying checking account and get a $200 bonus while you relax at home. Your son needs money away at college? Grab your phone and send it while you're on your way to get coffee. Your utility bill is due while you're traveling? Use Bill Pay and take care of it from the hotel, at home or at work, on the beach or in the park. Convenience and cash. Why not start today?
East Wisconsin Savings Bank.
Welcome back to Titan Stadium, JJ Keller Field, Oshkosh West. First and goal. Coming up here to start the second quarter. Martell stacked up before he could get to the end zone. Good job by that Ships front line. Wetak, Jonas, we mentioned Reyes Quintana as well. And the 3 linebackers, Rocha Flores, Murtik, Masser. Split one receiver out. Here's a pitch to Taylor off the left side, in for the touchdown. And the Wildcats strike first. 2-yard touchdown by Riley Taylor. His second of the year. And 2 plays into this second quarter. Oshkosh West with a 6-0 lead.
Has to feel good for Taylor, knowing that tough outing he had last week against the Pier. It's a great feeling to get a touchdown early in this one.
And Stack's kick is good. So, 46 seconds into the second quarter, 7-0 Oshkosh West on top of Manitowoc. We'll take a break here on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
A world of opportunities closer to home. The University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. With over 250 majors, minors, and emphases, no matter what you plan to do or be, we can help you get there. On campus or online, UW-Oshkosh.
2-yard touchdown run by Riley Taylor has the Wildcats on top here at home over Manitowoc. 7-0, second quarter. BJ DeGroats alongside Zach Morris. First of 2 on our doubleheader tonight.
And no, neither of these teams are actually playing 2 games in a row.
Yes, correct. No. Yeah, we're not doing back-to-backs like we saw at the state tournament in basketball. That won't be the case here. Short kick taken at the 15. Going to the far side. That's Ethan Risk on the return for Manitowoc outside the 25-yard line. See if the Ships can get something going. They were able to get into Oshkosh West territory on that opening possession, Zach, but Wildcats stiffen up, force a turnover on downs.
Well,
we'll see if Roulette in this squad can crank things back up.
Well, the thing is, when you have a running back like Prange, you know sooner or later he will break another one. It's just bound to happen.
Yeah, a couple of long runs this year. Really made that splash early on in that game against Fond du Lac. A lot of people saw that score early on, went, oh, we may have to be on watch here between the Ships and the Cardinals. Timeout taken, and we'll take one as well. 7-0 here on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
I just thoroughly enjoy the members. They become friends. They make me laugh. Sometimes they make me cry. There are times where people need help, and when they leave here with a smile on their face, it makes me proud to be an employee of Fox Communities Credit Union because I hear so many people talk about the good things that we do.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
.11:06 here before the half. 2021 spring alternate football season here in the Fox Valley Classic Conference, Group C, if you're familiar with the restructure. So basically what they did was took the FRCC, took what was left of the Valley Football Association, a lot of schools here from northeast Wisconsin that were still in it. Stevens Point sprinkled in from, if you know the Valley, it consisted of DC Everest, Stevens Point, Wausau schools out there, and combined it into this mega 20-team conference and then split it up into essentially 4 divisions of that conference.
In which, when you would see level 1, level 2, the postseason, it's normally those 2 conferences matching up quite often. We've seen great matchups like Bayport and Appleton North so many years.
Toss Kimberly in there too, and of course there were and are your divisions that are different, Division 2, Division
Correct.
1, but majority of these conferences or schools in these conferences fall within those 2 divisions. And what they did, coaches got together. They figured out a competitive balance as well. So if you notice, that's kind of where you see the competitive balances amongst all of the 3 groups that were involved. So I thought a really, really well done job by the coaches in both of these conferences to get together, hammer out this plan, and be able to get football in here for the schools that didn't have an opportunity to play this fall, Zach. I know it throws a wrinkle into the track and the baseball side of things here when we're talking football and multi-sports. I know I've had some lengthy conversations during the basketball year with Kimberly Athletic Director Ryan McGinnis, who's also the baseball coach, on how they structure things for the football and the baseball programs. And coaches all around. Penalty flags fly at the snap as third down pass is going to be incomplete, and looks like the Ships got an early jump.
And this third down pass is going to be a little bit more harder now for Manitowoc Lincoln.
Roulette hasn't thrown it a bunch this year coming into this one. 7-16 last week for 79 yards. Third and long, 3rd and 9. He'll throw it here to the near side and off the fingertips, trying to hit Schmitz on that sideline. And it'll bring up 4th and 9 from the 29-yard line in their own territory.
Well, drive was looking good until the false start, which put them in that 4th and long situation. So now that's their defense to hold once again.
Sun peeking out, which we'll see this probably back and forth throughout the late afternoon and evening, and before the punt, Oshkosh West will take a timeout. We'll step aside as well. Wildcats on top of the Ships, 7-0 here on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
"100 years in business, thousands of construction projects, countless memories, and priceless relationships for which we are eternally grateful. But we're just getting started. The team at Myron Construction thrives on bringing dreams to life, and we're looking forward to the next century of building excellence for our clients, partners, and the community. Because building excellence isn't just what we do, it's who we are." 100 years in business.
Roulette. End over end side spinner that bounces out at the 22. Good punt by Bryson Roulette, the quarterback, who also handles the kicking duties.
It was a great kick. I lost control where that ball was going and right in the sunlight. So great job, great kick, and changed the field too.
Scramble defensively at the end. On the rollout, has his receiver Taylor on the sideline. Job by David Cole. On the run, rolling to his right, throws a strike to Taylor. And a little bit of hurry up here from the Wildcats. They'll go 3 wide here to the near side. Cole to throw again. And he'll tiptoe out of bounds just inside the 40-yard line.
You're seeing like a retro version of the Wildcats going back to the passing attack.
There you go. So you'll see the sun and clouds and rain and wind probably play games here this evening and tonight. Probably make an argument based on the forecast that these two teams may get the better of the weather end of the bargain, even though there was some rain early. Taylor outside left side into Manitowoc territory to the 45. So again, rough sledding last week for Riley Taylor, the senior, but able to get things going here in week 3. Came in as the leading rusher for this squad. Check that, second leading rusher. It's been a pretty good 1-2 tandem between Taylor and Roman Martell.
And now we're seeing a little bit more of Cole playing a factor. We didn't see him much in game 1, and especially how game 2 played out against the Pier. Have to change the offense just a little bit.
Well, you mentioned it. 7 calls his number. Little reverse rollout. Oh, yep, they're going to get a late flag, as I think Schmitz got him a couple of steps out of bounds. So tack, depending on where this comes, if it's outside the 30, Zach, this is going to be a full 15, and indeed it will. It would have been half the distance if that comes inside the 30-yard line, but they'll mark it off a full 15 to the 15-yard line. I've just said 15 times. Nothing on that one? Not even a chuckle, not even a laugh?
I'm just thinking 15% off of sales because that's not true, but
Oh, Oshkosh West again on the move. We'll take another break. They lead at 7-0 here on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
A world of opportunities closer to home. The University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. With over 250 majors, minors, and emphases, no matter what you plan to do or be, we can help you get there. On campus or online, UW Oshkosh.
8:16 left here before the half out of the timeout. Both teams have been relatively aggressive with the timeouts. Wildcats have 2 left here in the half. Manitowoc with 1. Quarterback keeper, and nice job defensively getting into the backfield. Immediately is Cameron Brandt, senior. Pushes the gas and didn't hesitate at all.
Well, Brandt, great job, because they probably started to realize, hey, I'm seeing this play a couple times in a row. They'll probably try it again, and that they did. And a great job to put it in a tougher situation for the Wildcats in the red zone.
Well, if you're Brandt, it's easy to tempo down when Cole tempos down. He didn't. He was the aggressor. Here's a pitch out, Taylor. Nice little cutback. And a late flag comes. We'll see what happens here. The officiating crew, they see the white hat there, Jeff Totsky. Recognized James Brockman down there as well. You know, Zach, I don't often admit this on the airwaves, but used to don the stripes back in the day. It's a little bit more comfortable up here calling games with you.
Well, especially if it's not raining, too.
That's true as well. Another personal foul, this time again on Manitowoc, so that's 2 here on this drive. This one will be half the distance, and it'll make this 3rd down much more manageable. Goes from about a 3rd and 6 to a 3rd and a yard. A couple of penalties here really factoring into this drive for Oshkosh West. Straight give off the right side. Taylor into the end zone, touchdown. 7 yards out, Riley Taylor in for the 2nd time tonight. And the Wildcats extra point away from making this 14-0 ball game.
Taylor shows you that no matter how bad you have a game one week, it's a brand new game the following week, and a great job in the first half with 2 touchdowns.
Stack about as automatic as they come. And penalty flag flies, so we'll wait on this one. And Manitowoc's going to have a decision here, as this appears to be on Oshkosh West. The legal formation. And they're going to retry the kick here.
In high school, 5 yards can change everything.
Sure, yep. Be really easy to say, no, we'll take it on the kickoff, but I think you're right here, Zach. Maybe shift a little momentum, too. This will be a 25-yard attempt from straight on for Stack. Good snap. Kick is good, but blown dead at the snap, and it'll be offside, so Manitowoc giving it right back to Oshkosh West. And no choice on this one, as whistle dead at the snap.
Well, you mentioned how great of a kicker he is. Now he's going to have to do it 3 times in a row. 2 were good.
So you're saying...
I mean, it shows you how hard it is to find kickers, especially in high school, where you look at where teams will just go for 2 because they just can't find the right player to kick extra points.
And they've got a very good junior as a backup to Stack as well in Pearson Lesky. And the 3rd time, hold up, no flags, and it's good. So we'll make it 14-0. Oshkosh West. Here in the 2nd quarter, take another break. Come on back. This is high school football on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
100 years in business, thousands of construction projects, countless memories, and priceless relationships for which we are eternally grateful. But we're just getting started. The team at Myron Construction thrives on bringing dreams to life, and we're looking forward to the next century of building excellence for our clients, partners, and the community. Because building excellence isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
I just thoroughly enjoy the members. They become friends. They make me laugh. Sometimes they make me cry. There are times where people need help, and when they leave here with a smile on their face, it makes me proud to be an employee of Fox Communities Credit Union because I hear so many people talk about the good things that we do.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
A little bit of an extended break as Parker Fontaine injured on that extra point. Although good to see him walking off under his own power back to the sideline for the Wildcats. Had a week off in week 2 on the video stream side of things. A couple of radio games last Thursday prior to Good Friday. Hope everybody had a great Easter weekend in there as well. Stack a low liner and hits one of the middle/up back returners. That was Walker Lindboom smothering it at the 30-yard line. So the Manitowoc offense back out. And Zach, they had things rolling on that opening drive, and then they aren't able to cash it in. They turn it over on downs inside Oshkosh West territory, and it's just been tough sledding ever since.
Well, their last drive was all thrown out due to a penalty, which caused them to get to a 3rd and long and a bad pass on that play. And now you're looking at a situation where how many times can you give Pringe carries? And sooner or later, he will bust out for another carry. The question is, can you keep yourself in the game long enough before the long runs begin?
And there's Prange off the right side. Sawyer Crawl off his left tackle spot. Little pound to the helmet by his own hands. A little frustrated. May have missed a assignment on that one. It's a gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 31. I'm talking to Coach Enns coming into this one. He was pretty happy with where they were at coming out of that Fond du Lac game, and there's Prange again up the middle. And said, you know, maybe that early success against the Cardinals, and, you know, we talk about the limited amount of teams, but if you were to open this season up statewide, I think a lot of people would be talking about Fond du Lac and Kimberly, Bayport as well, Appleton North sprinkled in there, and that's statewide. So it for Manitowoc, the way they played Fond du Lac week 1, I think you're feeling pretty good. Week of practice, and then Appleton West hangs the 38-0 loss on you, and then it's kind of a humble pie. So he thinks, according to Coach Enns, that back to the drawing board, and in and out of the hands, and incomplete. Roulette put it right on his wide receiver, Miritic.
It seemed he may have made a move, but maybe just not enough. It would have been a big catch and a play that could really get this offense going for Manitowoc, but just could not hold on.
And I'm going back and forth on Tyler, and Tanner is also on this team. It's spelt the same way as Morotic, who we had on the basketball floor for Luxembourg Casco, Zach. But it could easily be pronounced Mirotic as well. Far sideline, Petrick has it and steps out of bounds promptly at the 35. So another 3 and out for the Ships. 5:49 here before the half. Oshkosh West and offense back out on the field.
Right now, this is the way Oshkosh West wanted the game to play out. You're already up 14-0. You love to run the ball. Your defense is holding almost, now it has every possession. The only bad play the defense had was the one carry, and so far, this is exactly how the game was wanted to work out for them.
Couple of receivers stacked to the top. Up the middle, Martell plunging forward. Gain of 5 up to the 40. And when things are going right with this wing T, you can really do a variety of things and almost ride that hot hand, Zach. If Martell's having some success up the middle, certainly go there. We've seen Riley Taylor a few times. Here's Martell again. Good job defensively by Manitowoc.
And then it's also just a waiting game when to unleash Williams to get a chance for those long carries, those quick strikes.
Bench-in Muradic. Tanner that time up front with the stop for the Ships. Taylor, first down yardage into Ships territory.
We've seen from these running backs for the Wildcats, the second they get an open space, they're very patient, and they'll look and take their time to see where to go, and that's what keeps extending these carries.
Taylor again with the carry. Gain of 4 on the play, brings up 2nd and 6.
This is a huge set of downs for Manitowoc Lincoln, just to be able to get the ball back and some time to run your offense and try to put points up before the half.
Under 4 to go. Have a couple of timeouts to play with. Martell close to first down yardage. He'll be short, so that clock will continue to run. But Zach, this is a Wildcat team we saw week 1 on the road at Appleton West. They put up 31 points in the first half. Were shut out in the second half, as keep in mind, West, that was the first time anybody had seen this unveiled new wing T offense for the Wildcats. So Appleton West made adjustments at the half as Cole will pick up the first down. Clock will stop with 3:10. But then, you know, they go and put up 7 last week in that loss to De Pere. So you're looking at this, you know, collectively for a short sample size, 2 weeks, but you're still going to go 6 quarters, the last 6 quarters we played, just 7 points to show for it. However, you come out here in the first half, you put up 2 touchdowns and you lead 14-0. Got to feel really good about where you're at just 3 weeks into this.
And they knew there were some issues against De Pere, the fact that they had tape to go off of.
Here's a pitch near side. Taylor to the 30. And Oshkosh West creeping closer to Michael Stack's range as well. Keep that in mind. Now you got a couple of timeouts. Oodles of time here to work with as the clock stops on all first downs as well.
And the development of this offense happens every week because you have to figure out how you react when the team knows what you're doing. You add that extra wrinkle, and then it makes your offense more better than that first matchup.
Taylor again. You know, you can run and have this all planned out, having run it in practice against your scout team, scrimmages. There's nothing that can duplicate what goes on as you're seeing example tonight on a varsity football field under the lights. You cannot duplicate that varsity time. Here's Martell to the end zone, touchdown, 28 yards by Roman Martell. And Oshkosh West leads it 20-zip.
When you fall, well, you have late flag now into this one, but the problem is you can't just rely on one running back because you know the other one's going to strike, and a great job by the Wildcats knowing when to ride that hot hand.
So will this be prior to the touchdown, or was this after the play?
I believe this is definitely after the play.
Well, looks like this is going to go on Manitowoc, and referee tonight, Jeff Totsky, indeed unsportsmanlike, and will be assessed on the kickoff. No sense in pushing this to the 1.5-yard line for kicker Michael Stack.
You already know you can make one 5 yards out, so.
Right. Chance to make it 21-zip. Another good snap. Stack's kick is up and good. Under 2 to go before the half. Oshkosh West cashes one in. 28 yards, Roman Martell. They lead at 21-zip here on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
A world of opportunities closer to home. The University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. With over 250 majors, minors, and emphases, no matter what you plan to do or be, we can help you get there. On campus or online, UW Oshkosh.
Minute 45 before the half, back inside JJ Keller Field. Titan Stadium, the scene here this evening. Game 1 of our doubleheader on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream. Oshkosh West. The Wildcats running wild here in the first half. BJ DeGroat, Zach Morris with you tonight for this double dip. Glad to have you aboard. Oshkosh North and Sheboygan South. Spartans and Red Wings hooking up in the nightcap. See if Stack decides to keep this one in play or bang this one through the end of the end zone. And indeed, he'll throw it back for the touchback. And Manitowoc here with 1:45 and a timeout. See how aggressive they are looking to be here before the half.
I'd like to make a good play or two just to bring some momentum in the halftime and just feel that, hey, we can still get back into this.
Well, and Prange can hit you. We've seen him already with a long run tonight. But outside of that, Oshkosh West has done a really good job holding Brett Prange in check. And Bryson Roulette just hasn't had much to work with from an open receiver perspective. I mean, he's put the ball on the mark a couple of times, but well defensed. We'll see again here how aggressive Coach Enns and the Ships offense is. Tight formation with Morotic split wide right. There's Prange plunging to the 25. Clock rolling with 1:33, and it looks like Manitowoc will be methodic here. Wing to the right. Little option, and Roulette will have to take it as he's wrapped up in the backfield. That's Cameron Shettle knifing through from his defensive line spot. And a timeout going to be taken by Oshkosh West. The Wildcats going to force Manitowoc here into some decisions, try to get this ball back as well. Just over 60 seconds left here before the half. We'll take another break on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
100 years in business, thousands of construction projects, countless memories, and priceless relationships for which we are eternally grateful. But we're just getting started. The team at Myron Construction thrives on bringing dreams to life, and we're looking forward to the next century of building excellence for our clients, partners, and the community. Because building excellence isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
So Oshkosh West with one timeout left. Here just over a minute to go before the half. Relatively comfortable evening. I mean, we were spoiled a bit the last couple of weeks with temperatures in the 70s, some areas hitting 80. Rain in the forecast. Plenty tonight. On the end around, up to the 35-yard line. That's Schmitz on the carry.
It's a tough break when you're an offense like the Ships were. You're just trying to drain the clock down, get to half, and now it's like, hey, things are working out after one play.
And it's an odd spot to be in as well. Here's another timeout. Manitowoc going to take it this time. And with 47 seconds left, 21-0 Oshkosh West. Manitowoc, though, after that long run, we'll see if the Ships have something in store for the final 47 seconds here on our Fox Communities Credit Union video
Fox
stream.
Communities Credit Union.
Communities mean everything to Fox. It's in our name. It means giving back and moving forward through life's changes. It means evolving to give you the best personalized financial services. Fox has been here since 1937. Times have changed, but our focus hasn't. It's about our members, today and always. Fox Communities Credit Union. Make life happen.
So both teams exchange timeouts. Ships here trailing 21-0. Long run out to the 36-yard line. See if they take a shot here. They were in an odd spot there on second down. Because if they try to throw it, stop the clock after the Oshkosh West timeout, then you risk giving the ball back here late in the first half. But now maybe a chance to get on the offensive. Brange loses it. Ball at the 37-yard line, but it looks like Manitowoc able to jump back on it. And they do. And another timeout taken. 34 seconds left. Timeout exchanges here before the half. We'll take it as well. 21-0 Oshkosh West.
A world of opportunities closer to home. The University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. With over 250 majors, minors, and emphases, no matter what you plan to do or be, we can help you get there. On campus or online, UW-Oshkosh.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by our great sponsors, Fox Communities Credit Union, Myron Construction, East Wisconsin Savings Bank, and the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. 34 seconds here before the half. Wildcats and the Ships. Ships on the move. Penalty flag as Roulette takes it off the right side.
So now we're seeing Roulette run around where it's like, hey, you're starting to see a little bit more options for him to run around. Maybe that's what you see later in the second half for the Ships.
15 carries for 60 yards on the year coming in. As a holding call will go against Manitowoc. 7 runs for 47 yards. Check that in that loss last week to Appleton West. Coming up next week, They were supposed to have a game against Green Bay Southwest. However, that game has been canceled, and they will take on the Madison Club team. And I have to be honest, have no idea what that team involves. My guess would be, based on what Dane County has put in place from a COVID restriction policy, is not allowing high school teams to participate or play based on COVID protocols and procedures. So I'm guessing a team formed late, and it would be a mixture of some of the Madison area kids that got together and put together a team.
Which could be an interesting team when you look at
Sure.
hey, how long have these players been able to practice and what offense you even try to run, maybe the most basic. But if you have a strong offensive line, any offense, basic, complicated, you're going to have a good offense.
The clock's at 000, and I did not see. Yeah, they'll put 3 seconds back up. Referee tonight, Jeff Totsky. And it's a delay of game. That's why the clock ran out. So March 5 here, and you do a little bit of everything here if you're Manitowoc. You take this one to the half. They'll spread everybody out here on 2nd and a country mile. 2nd and 20. Prange off the right side. He'll cut it back in, trying to get a block stacked up at the 30, and that's how we'll head to the half. 2 quarters in the books. Oshkosh West. Offense has been sharp on the ground. Their defense, you could make an argument, even better. Pitching a shutout. They lead at 21-0 here at the half. During our break, we'll set you up for our nightcap. Also coming up next week as well, what we have on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream. We'll look at the area schedules, try to track down some scores as well. And we'll take a look at both teams' upcoming schedules here as we crank through the spring alternate season in 2021. At the half, Oshkosh West on top of Manitowoc Lincoln, 21-0 on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
When you bank with us, you get convenience that goes wherever you go. Open a new qualifying checking account and get a $200 bonus while you relax at home. Your son needs money away at college? Grab your phone and send it while you're on your way to get coffee. Your utility bill is due while you're traveling? Use Bill Pay and take care of it from the hotel, at home or at work, on the beach or in the park. Convenience and cash. Why not start today?
East Wisconsin Savings Bank.
We welcome you back into the broadcast booth from JJ Keller Field. Inside Titan Stadium, BJ DeGroat, Zach Morris with you. 21-0 Oshkosh West on top of Manitowoc Lincoln. Appreciate everybody watching tonight. Variety of ways if you found us, either on our YouTube channel. Would love a subscription to that. Doesn't cost you anything. All you got to do is click right down below that little subscribe button and click the notification bell as well. So anytime we go live, you will be notified. Now, the majority is going to be some high school games, but if you poked around the YouTube channel a little bit, I tend to have some fun with some card opening. So it is sports related. It is station related. And so if you do get into that, we'd appreciate it.
If you're bored on a night and you see a matchup that, hey, I didn't know these two teams were playing, it helps to have that.
Hit that little subscribe button as well. And if you want to chat with us, Linda Ditburner saying go Wildcats on our chat. Thanks for watching and chatting along with us, Linda. Feel free to jump into the chat as well. And let us know where you're watching on social media. At the Score WI. At BG_DGroat. Zach? Your Twitter officially, if you want to stay anonymous, we can let you stay anonymous.
You can find me if you're looking. You'll find me. Don't add the real Zach Morris or Mark Paul. You never know.
Yeah, not the TV show version. So with all that, let's go ahead and do this. We'll take a look at both teams' schedules coming up. First for Oshkosh West, see the first two games on the schedule. Then April 30th and 7th, you have the TBD where the playoffs will come into play. On the road at Stevens Point, Green Bay Southwest as well. So potentially returning here in the playoffs, but this may be one of the only cracks this year as well. So Stevens Point, Green Bay Southwest. We'll see as Southwest on the schedule for Manitowoc was pulled off because a game was canceled. We'll see how that all shakes out. This is all very fluid, so it's from what we've gathered from wisports.net, where a lot of the team's stats get plugged into and schedules get plugged into as well. For Manitowoc, take a look for Coach Enns. On the road at De Pere. They've got that game against Madison area schools sandwiched in there tonight before getting back into conference play on the 23rd, and then a couple of TBDs in there as well. And our full schedule tonight, there you see the groups. Bayport and De Pere hooking up. Neenah and Green Bay Preble. Pulaski and Appleton East, that game kicks at 7. That may be done by 8:30. Both teams love to run the football. And that is part of our Game of the Week on the radio side of things. Our Fast Signs High School Game of the Week. Pulaski and Appleton East, again, kicking off at 7. 6:30 pregame. Jonathan Krause will have the call for you on that one. Kimberly and Ashwaubenon, hooking up.
And again, I mean, these are fun matchups because you just normally don't see this. And
at least not during the regular season.
Regular season. And this is a great way for players, especially if you're a senior. Yeah, you would love to see your schedule play out normally. You're playing the teams you're used to. But you get to go against different teams, and that adds some more excitement because, hey, this is brand new. And it feels, it may feel like a playoff game because you'd only see these opponents if you do reach the postseason.
Sure. There you see coming up next. Kickoff is going to be roughly for 8 o'clock. This kind of will depend on what time this one wraps up as Oshkosh North and Sheboygan South hook up. Spartans unable to get one in last week against Green Bay East. East with some number issues. Nothing official related to COVID or anything like that. Just passing along the information that we received. So last week's game with Green Bay East unable to happen for the Spartans, so they've had essentially a bye week to get ready for Sheboygan South. The Red Wings make the trip over. Well, looking forward to that one coming up in our nightcap. And again, not possible without our great sponsors, Fox Communities Credit Union, our angel investor, been with us since day one here on the video stream. And boy, how far have we come. in HD now. Our YouTube channel. We're loving every minute of it, getting better each and every year. Myron Construction, East Wisconsin Savings Bank, and the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. Well, just about ready to start the third quarter. That 3-minute warm-up time additionally added. Winding down. And Zach, before we head to this second half, get some potential keys, get you inside that locker room a little bit. If you're Coach Enns and your Manitowoc here, it's got to start right away here on this defensive possession.
Correct.
And getting a stop.
You get a 3 and out, then all of a sudden your offense, you start to feel a little more comfortable. You started seeing some other players make some plays in the last drive and try to bring that into this half. And it all starts on the defensive side of the ball.
Taylor will take it at the 15. Had a steam to the 40. Look out. 50. Into Manitowoc territory at the 40-yard line. Tripped up by Dodge Egbert. He was able to trip him up enough to allow the pursuit to catch. And I mentioned the momentum potentially swinging there for Manitowoc here with a defensive stop. If you're Oshkosh West, that momentum, you're looking and hoping that carries right through out of the locker room at the half and you don't maybe slide into a little bit of a funk and allow Manitowoc to creep back into this one.
Well, now for the Ships, you definitely need a big stop in this set of downs.
Martell up the middle, plunging, plowing forward. The big Wildcat back, 6'3", 221. I think teams around the area are going, wait a second. He's only a junior. That means he's going to be back next year.
And I believe the teams that played in the fall and are now watching this going, we're going to deal with this not in a pretty short time.
Sure enough. Martell again. Inside the 25, that'll be good enough for a first down. Hit a touchdown in the first half, 28-yarder. All 3 of the Wildcat touchdowns coming on the ground. 2 from Taylor, 1 from Roman Martell, the sophomore. Did I have him as a junior? And I'm listed on here, yeah. Junior coming back. Here is Josiah Williams, his first carry tonight. Inside the 15-yard line.
He's that X factor because you start to get it's such a struggle to keep Taylor and Martell down, and then the fact that you have a third option that is a speedy option as well.
Yeah, that was Darnell Williams. My apologies on that. We saw Josiah get plenty of carries in that first opening week game. Martell again gets it up front. And oftentimes you'll get that with all these exchangeable backs and pieces.
Well, when you run an offense like this, you need multiple backs that can do that because instead of having multiple receivers that they needed over the past few seasons, it's now into a different position. That's why you get to use so many different players.
Taylor to the 5. And I'm going off the most recent roster I have here from Oshkosh West as well. So if there are any issues or mistakes, again, this is the great way to be able to interact with us too on the video stream. Let us know. Do we have a number wrong? Do we have a pronunciation wrong? Let us know.
We do our best, but sometimes we do make mistakes, but that's life.
Can only go off the information we receive. Taylor, little hesitation, gets to the pylon in for the touchdown. Boy, just like that, quick strike. And Oshkosh West cashes in great field position on the opening drive here in the third quarter.
A great job by West just to show that, hey, the first half is still true. That game against De Pere is out of their memory, and this is how we want our offense to be known, is that we can attack quickly if we need to, and a great start with their special teams. Taylor, who started it, also got to finish the drive.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns here tonight for Riley Taylor. Gives him 5 on the year. Stack pounds through the extra point, and just like that, 28-0, Oshkosh West on top of Manitowoc. here from JJ Keller Field.
100 years in business, thousands of construction projects, countless memories, and priceless relationships for which we are eternally grateful. But we're just getting started. The team at Myron Construction thrives on bringing dreams to life, and we're looking forward to the next century of building excellence for our clients, partners, and the community. Because building excellence isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
So Riley Taylor into the end zone on the opening possession of the third quarter for Oshkosh West, and they control it here, 28-0 early on in the third quarter. I think if you're Manitowoc here, the silver lining is you still got a boatload of time left, but I'm going to have to put something together here offensively and put it together in a hurry. Scooped up at the 15. To that far side. And did the ball come loose at the end? And it did. They'll say Oshkosh West has it. On the return, coughed up by number 6, Manitowoc with no number 6 here on this roster, so I have no idea who that could be. But he fumbles it on the kickoff, so things really compounding here for Manitowoc. Cole taking it himself inside the 10-yard line. Crashes shoulders with Schmitz. As Oshkosh West on the change of momentum, trying to hit through the air. Oh, sideline warning, I believe, issued to Manitowoc. All 4 of the touchdowns for the Wildcats here tonight via the ground. Reverse out. Cole throwing, has his man Taylor, incomplete. Always tough when you're right-handed quarterback rolling to the left side, Zach.
And still a rarity for this offense to have a passing touchdown like that. and of course, it would be Taylor trying to catch that one. But it shows you that this offense is slowly adjusting and trying to find its own groove, as you can only do so much in 2 games. You're going to continue to see new developments in this offense.
Yeah, Cole yet to toss one through the air. Had a really good look at it as Taylor was open. So broken wing. A rollout to the end zone. Ooh, that one nearly intercepted. Masser right there, as Cole threw it right to the numbers of the linebacker for the Ships.
He just didn't see the linebacker. I mean, he saw his receiver wide open, but that's a dangerous throw, and you can't only blame so much on the quarterback if it would have been intercepted, because in his point of view, there was no one there.
So 3rd and goal. Wishbone in the backfield. And here's Williams wrapped up, taken down, won't have room, in fact loses yardage. Back to the 10, wrapped up and taken down by Ethan Risk. So Manitowoc here stiffening up. And the offense will stay out on the field for Oshkosh West, leading 28-0.
It's a tough situation. I mean, maybe in a normal situation, you know you can kick a field goal.
The kicker certainly with plenty of leg, and Maybe this is where Coach Harkoff will think about this one. He's going to use the timeout to at least ponder it, you would imagine, and we'll take it as well. 4th down coming up. West leading 28-0 here in our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
A world of opportunities closer to home. The University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. With over 250 majors, minors, and emphases, no matter what you plan to do or be, we can help you get there. On campus or online, UW-Oshkosh.
.806 left here in the third. Welcome back to our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream. BJ DeGroat, Zach Morris with you tonight. What's turned out to be a pretty nice night here in Northeast Wisconsin.
Other than just that little rainstorm we had during pregame, and this has been a great day.
Yeah, conveniently timed right in the middle of interviews with both head coaches. Late motion across the formation. Cole will throw. Well, he's going to keep it himself to the 5. Diving. Nope, he's going to be short. Yep, went into the slide before the end zone, needed the end zone, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. So Manitowoc gets the stop. Much needed for the Ships, as they have yet to see it on offense here in the second half. And as expected, Coach Enns and that staff, something maybe here to switch the momentum a little bit, Zach, is outside of that first drive where Manitowoc was able to get relatively deep into Wildcat territory, it has been all Oshkosh West after that.
Oh, and it's a solid victory because it keeps them out of the end zone, avoids the running clock now for the second half, and this is where you can try to start building momentum, but it's going to be difficult. You're deep in your own end zone. We'll see what offense, what they can do in this situation.
Yeah, what adjustments here have been made as well. Prange in the three-point stance in the backfield. He'll get that carry. Coming out of his own end zone up to the 5-yard line. It's a gain of about 3 on the play. A little bit of breathing room here. You got to be somewhat cautious if you're the Ships as well. Bryson Roulette, the senior, breaks the huddle. Unbalanced formation here. That line with tight end to the left. Give up the middle. Prange again up to the 7-yard line. 3rd and about 5 here for the Ships. 7 minutes to go in the third.
And more importantly for this set of downs is just gain positive yards each play. You don't want to go backwards because you have not much space to play with.
Here's a pitch, here to the near side. Schmitz can't break a tackle. Read beautifully off the right side. Kyle Ketter in on the tackle. Couldn't make out the number there. 23, Kyle Ketter in on the tackle. Zach, we're calling a great game tonight, enjoying the big screen from his couch. Former coach Burke at Oshkosh West. Appreciate you tuning us in. This one almost blocked. It comes off the side of Roulette's foot. Caught one-handed by a member of the West coaching staff.
It's never good kicking the ball
25-yard line.
Never good kicking up your own end zone into the opposing coaching staff that's basically around the 20-yard line watching your kick. But that's the situation. As you see this multiple times, you get a great stop at the goal line. The problem is you're in that tight situation, and you're going to have a rough attempt of a punt if you're unable to get that first down.
Oshkosh West back with it. Martell still on his feet inside the 5. Roman Martell. Like a Mack truck, the Martell truck. First and goal for the Wildcats.
Hard not to give it to Martell after that run.
Martell, he's in for the touchdown. Number 2 tonight for Roman Martell. It's become a touchdown battle now between he and Riley Taylor. They have accounted for all 5 of the Wildcat touchdowns. $34-0 Oshkosh West. Talk about a bounce back offensively after last week for Oshkosh. Another good snap, good hold, and Stack pummels another one through. 35-0. Wildcats all over Manitowoc tonight here on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
I just thoroughly enjoy the members. They become friends. They make me laugh. Sometimes they make me cry. There are times where people need help, and when they leave here with a smile on their face, it makes me proud to be an employee of Fox Communities Credit Union because I hear so many people talk about the good things that we do.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
.5:16 left in the third quarter inside Titan Stadium, JJ Keller Field tonight. BJ DeGroat, Zach Morris with you on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream. All Wildcats, they led it 21-0 at the half, and they have put 2 up here in the second half and lead at 35-0 over Manitowoc. Ships set to get this one back. As Michael Stack's kick to the up back, covered up nicely.
Everyone on that return crew knew just fall on the ball.
Well, we've seen it a couple of times. Yeah, Stack has had that middle group kind of picked out, and that time Pankratz picked it up and fell on it for the Ships.
Once you lose one return, you're not concerned about the yards per return now. You just want to make sure you get the offense back on the field.
A nice conversation with Coach Enns in our pregame show. If you missed that, all these games that we do are available in the archive section right here, right where you're watching it. Just find past games, a playlist there, the high school sports. It'll take a little bit of time after this one wraps up for it to render out and be posted, but you'll be able to watch it from our start of the broadcast to the end here. High snap, Roulette loses it, but Prain's right there to fall on it. But a nice conversation, Coach Enns, and again, 12 years at Little Chute as the head coach. Prior to my time here with Woodward Radio Group, so I didn't have the opportunity or pleasure of coaching or of catching up with Coach. But really good conversation, and second year here at Manitowoc. Got into the conversation about, look, he had all that momentum. We saw it too with Coach Johnson at Appleton West. Second year negated really by COVID. So, you know, all that momentum that you may have tried to carry over from that first year, whether the wins or losses stacked up on the right direction. As Roulette, he'll keep his own number across the 35. Good yardage after the first down bobble. But no matter how the wins or losses stacked up, there's certain momentum that can be taken from year to year as you take over a program. You know, strength and conditioning is a big factor into that. Then you get your hands on the youth program, and just wondering if that situation that hit everybody. But for a new staff, new coach, and a new program, you wonder if that was actually maybe advantageous. Did it make you step back a little bit? You having to find unique ways to connect with the guys and continue to build from year one. I think you got a good one. If you're the Ships, you're in good hands with Coach Enns. Roulette to his right. On a dime, has his receiver at the 50-yard line. Beautiful strike by Roulette, rolling to his right, planted, and finally he had been trying to get it to Schmitz here this entire night, able to throw it on a line to midfield.
We've seen a few plays like that. They just weren't able to connect, but now you start to wonder, okay, that first completion makes you think, okay, we got a long pass, we can do it again.
Range undercut as he took the handoff. A late give by Roulette.
It's a great job tonight by the Wildcat defense, being able to stop this running attack with Pringe. I mean, we saw that one carry in the first drive, but since then they've done a fantastic job not letting him take over the game.
Ball's loose. And covered up by Manitowoc. Roulette will go from the shotgun. Rolling to his left, throwing on the run, trying to get to Schmitz, picked off. Guess who? Matt Spietrick, interception number 5 this year. We saw him with 3 in week 1. He's got another one here in week 3. The kid has been like a magnet to that football defensively.
And great hands to that position to be able to have the coordination turn around and realize, hey, you're in that opportunity to make a big turnover, and it's got to be a great feeling knowing that you just didn't get 1 or 2 throughout the year. You're doing pretty good. You still have roughly half the season to go yet.
6'6", full of athleticism, just roaming back there. And it has paid off this year for the Wildcats. 5 interceptions for Max Spietrick. And that'll be it for the third quarter. We'll take a break, head into the fourth. Oshkosh West on top of Manitowoc. 35-0 here on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
I just thoroughly enjoy the members. They become friends. They make me laugh. Sometimes they make me cry. There are times where people need help, and when they leave here with a smile on their face, it makes me proud to be an employee of Fox Communities Credit Union because I hear so many people talk about the good things that we do.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
All right, Zach, I think a lot of people get where you're going with that one.
Hey, it's spring football. We're starting to see the boats come out, and, well, the Ships are just trying to get this fourth quarter their way.
Ships not quite in the water across the way at the marina here on the Fox River. Beautiful setup here on the campus of UW Oshkosh. See campus across the way. See, we continue to evolve. You're getting more and more creative from the camera and color commentator position. I like it.
You gotta work with your surroundings.
Now, if you can just find a A Wildcat loose over on Tiedemann Field.
See if I
Alumni Stadium.
See if I do that, then all of a sudden there's some people be concerned, and then we gotta stop the game.
I see.
I don't know how the running clock works in that situation. There's a Wildcat in the area.
Glad to be out and doing these games once again. I tell you that. I know we got a taste during the fall and got into the basketball, volleyball season. Baseball season will be pushed back a little bit. There's Taylor tripped up in the backfield. Good job sticking the nose in there. That was Christian Rocha Flores for Manitowoc.
Well, these players will tell you how much these games matter to them, because you go back to fall where these schools opted not to play during that time of the year. You didn't know if you were actually going to be able to play in the spring just because of the uncertainty.
Yeah, and you know, in some cases, there was no choice. There was no opt-out. It was city rules, you know, city decisions from the school district. All sorts of factors influenced into it. But in a lot of cases, kids, parents, coaches, administrators keep the head up, dealing with the hand that you were dealt, and hey, regardless if it's the fall or the spring, kids getting to be able to play some football and finish out. And, you know, think about the seniors. And then, you know, think about the freshmen, sophomores, that how valuable these years are early on. Coaches were going to take it, I think, either way. You'd love to, Zach, and you talk to a lot of coaches around the area. Both, and this affects the baseball side as well. Talking to Coach Gerhardt's for Oshkosh West here during halftime on how to balance, you know, multi-sport athletes that you have. And you know, I got into that conversation during the basketball season with Coach McGinnis and the athletic director and baseball coach at Kimberly on how they were going to balance baseball and the football side of things. Because there will be about a 3-week crossover period where the season will start for both, the season will start for baseball, and we'll be wrapping up for the football side of things. As Manitowoc turnover on downs. Roulette going to be swarmed under, loses it at the end, but it's covered up. Pressure off the edge.
The Ships have been very fortunate a few times when they've lost the ball, being able to regain it. And despite the 2 turnovers, they've been doing really well every time the ball has hit the ground.
Zelmet and Weister getting free to sandwich Roulette. But you'll have that second part to deal with, and I know for the coaches that were able to, and the school districts, look, in the communities that were able to get fall football in, you stay somewhat on track for your traditional year here in the spring. I'm, to be honest, kind of like the idea of baseball pushed back a little bit. Weather will cooperate a little bit more. We'll hopefully get in a few more games, and then curious to see what the WIA does with the state tournament. You know, traditionally held at Fox City Stadium, but then you're going with 8 o'clock first pitches in the morning. Not fair to some schools. Remember a couple of late past midnight games as well. Joey D, I think, had a marathon call that went close to 1 o'clock.
You almost wonder if they're going to split it like they did for the basketball tournament. I mean, there's a lot of options they're going to have.
Yeah, I would imagine that's probably where they'll lean. But again, we'll wait to see what comes from the WIAA. Roulette, straight drop. Good protection. And intercepted once again. Petrick, a diving interception. Came out of nowhere to pick it off. My goodness, 6 this year now in 3 games.
And he was probably wondering, how many opportunities will I get due to the fact that they are a running team in the Ships? And look, in 1 quarter, in 1 half, he's been doing, all alone in the second half, a fantastic game with the 2 turnovers.
First year, if my recollection is correct, talking to Coach Harkoff, coming out for football. So keep that in mind as well. Kid's in his first year playing varsity football. He's got 6 picks in three weeks.
Off to a great
Are
start.
you kidding me? My goodness.
Not saying he is Hall of Fame, he's a Hall of Fame caliber player, but we've seen Hall of Fame careers start this way.
Timeout taken with 6:13 here in the fourth quarter. We'll take it as well. Oshkosh West on top of Manitowoc on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream.
When you bank with us, you get convenience that goes wherever you go. Open a new qualifying checking account and get a $200 bonus while you relax at home. Your son needs money away at college? Grab your phone and send it while you're on your way to get coffee. Your utility bill is due while you're traveling? Use Bill Pay and take care of it from the hotel, at home or at work, on the beach or in the park. Convenience and cash. Why not start today?
East Wisconsin Savings Bank.
Fumble on the exchange. Backups in here with 6 minutes to go in this one and the clock rolling. James Bradley now in at quarterback. Bunch of new faces along that offensive line and in that backfield as well. Give to the near side, Carver Cram on the carry. Don't forget, coming up after this one, take a break. On the hook, catch up with Coach Wera, Coach Harder for Oshkosh North and Sheboygan South, respectively.
And I would really enjoy it if the rain came back just for that pregame.
Hey, easy now. I think we're going to be all right. Don't jinx the weather gods. Checking the First Alert weather app. And tripped under. Beautiful play defensively. Got the feet of Bradley. Flying up was Mason Wilhelm for Manitowoc. No doubt about it that time.
When you're a backup quarterback and you start rolling out, you start to think, hey, I have all the time I need. I'll keep on going. But it's part of the lack of playing time because you're the backup. You're not used to being rushed at like a constant pace that you're going to get in a game. Just lost control of where the defensive ends were.
And it wasn't as if Bradley's slow of foot either. I mean, he can move pretty well. Well, Wilhelm just faster. Good-looking punt here from Stack. A bounce at the 30. Off the chest of Schmitz, who smothers it at the 23-yard line. What a nice little weapon with Stack. Seen him a couple of times this year now. I believe he's perfect on the year from the extra point side of things. And he had punts last week. I had this written down. He had 4 punts, averaged 43 yards.
And that's
last week
huge
against De Pere. Yeah.
in the high school level, especially. And that's what probably kept the game close against De Pere. Not giving the Redbirds plenty of opportunities to find a way to get points. To keep pushing back inside their own 40, you're going to be in a great situation defensively.
Roulette on out for the Ships. Clock running, 3.5 left in this one.
You never realize how quick the time does drop and you don't have a running clock game for a while, or the opposite what you had last week into this situation.
Sure.
How a quarter can just evaporate in almost exactly in the time it was given.
You had a pretty good feeling coming into this one. This was going to be a relatively swiftly placed game and played game based on both teams' eagerness to run the football. Dropped in the backfield. Tyler Belong into that backfield. And it brings up 3rd and 5, 2:21 and rolling. Coming up next week, we'll see that Redbirds team, Zach, that you just mentioned. They'll be at Appleton West. Opportunity for us to get back to Appleton West. It started there this year. We'll have all 3 of the Terrors home games this season. Not at the Bonta Bowl, though. In their backyard. Brand new facility. Diving close to a first down. Going to be about a yard short, and I would imagine this Ships offense will remain out to trying to go for it here on 4th and about a yard.
Interesting situation, trying to get someone off the bench in. 79.
Alex Skelton. Senior, and we'll have a timeout. We'll take it as well. $1:24 left in this one. Oshkosh West on top of Manitowoc. Our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream. Fourth and a yard, and Manitowoc will pick it up on the plunge. Over the middle, and with just over 60 seconds left, Oshkosh West will jump back ahead of the 500 mark on the year. They'll go to 2-1. You never know how things may sort out when they seed everything and when it's all said and done. And Manitowoc will take on the Madison Club next week. See if they can pick up their first win of the year. Under 30 to go. Roulette keeps it here on the near side and out of bounds at the 40. And Coach Enns gonna let the clock run out. Nope,
he wants to get one more play in.
For sure. And you know what? I do not blame him whatsoever here for taking this timeout. You need as much, not a full season as well, keep in mind, here during the spring.
Those learning sessions you get in between games, this is exactly what this is.
Yep, take as much time and, yeah, not at all. Don't mind this timeout call at all.
Well, the good news is we're seeing the next teams arriving.
That's what you got to love about a facility like this, too. You got the space to do this, little double dip. Got to love when great sponsors like you see there on your screen, Fox Communities Credit Union, Myron Construction, East Wisconsin Savings Bank, and the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh jump aboard as well. Could be the final play in this one. Roulette going to air it out. Going for Schmitz again. It's incomplete, knocked down. Clock hits 0, and that will do it here tonight. Oshkosh West pitches the shutout. They led 21-0 at the half. Tack on a couple of scores in the second half. and cruise to a 35-0 victory. They improved to 2-1 on the year. Manitowoc still searching for that first win. As Oshkosh West will hit the road, they're on the trek out west. Stevens Point up next for the Wildcats. Manitowoc again will return home to take on that Madison club team. Both of those kicks set for 7. And we'll step aside a few minutes. Get things set up for game number 2. That's right. First of 2 coming your way tonight. As Oshkosh North will take on Sheboygan South. Your final, again, 35-0 Oshkosh West takes down Manitowoc Lincoln on your Fox Communities Credit Union video stream. For color commentator, my broadcast partner tonight, cameraman extraordinaire, you name it, Zach Morris. I'm BJ DeGroat.
Halfway through.
Yeah. We'll take a brief break. When we get back, Oshkosh North, Sheboygan South coming your way on our Fox Communities Credit Union video stream. Stick around. More coming up right here at thescorewi.com.
When you bank with us, you get convenience that goes wherever you go. Open a new qualifying checking account and get a $200 bonus while you relax at home. Your son needs money away at college? Grab your phone and send it while you're on your way to get coffee. Your utility bill is due while you're traveling? Use Bill Pay and take care of it from the hotel, at home or at work, on the beach or in the park. Convenience and cash. Why not start today?
East Wisconsin Savings Bank.